ساتوی پسروینو داد شهیدانو کور داد باتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور داد باتورانو کور ساتوی پسروینو داد شهیدانو کور داد کور داد باتورانو.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on this Monday, June 30, 2025. I'm Suleiman Talash. According to the order of the Islamic Emirates leader, the Ministers of Communications and Information Technology and Housing and Urban Development have been replaced. According to the statement of the spokesperson for the Islamic Emirate, Maulavi Zabihullah Mujahid, Maulavi Hamdullah Nomani has been appointed as the Minister of Communications and Information Technology. He was previously the Minister of Housing and Urban Development. Maulavi Najibullah Hayat Haqqani, who was previously the Minister of Communications and Information Technology, has been appointed as the Minister of Housing and Urban Development. Maulavi Zabihullah Mujahid says that these changes have been made to improve administrative structures and provide better services to the people. The Foreign Minister of the Islamic Emirate, Maulavi Amir Khan Muttaqi, states that the country's ties with the international community are expanding with increasingly engagement in the region. He made the remarks during a meeting with Malaysia's special representative, who said his visit was on the direct instructions of Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim. Here is the rest of the story.
Foreign Minister Maulavi Amir Khan Muttaqi hosts a delegation led by Malaysian Special Envoy for Afghanistan. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs says that the meeting discussed political and economic relations and the expansion of cooperation between Afghanistan and Malaysia. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs quoted Maulavi Amir Khan Muttaqi as saying, "The existing diplomatic, religious and cultural and economic relations between Afghanistan and Malaysia are expanding further, and we are grateful for Malaysia's goodwill and cooperation with Afghanistan throughout history." The country's foreign minister considers Afghanistan's relations with the international community to be expanding. Afghanistan's relations with the international community are expanding, and we have positive interactions with neighboring and regional countries. Afghanistan is eager to expand its relations with Southeast Asian countries. The statement of the Malaysian Special Envoy was also quoted in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs statement. Kabul-Kuala Lumpur relations are developing. The situation in Afghanistan is improving, and especially in instructions of Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, we have organized a visit to Afghanistan. We hope that the groundwork will be laid for high-level visits in the future. According to the Embassy of the Islamic Emirate in Malaysia, senior Malaysian officials have a positive outlook on Afghanistan and have pledged to share their experiences with Kabul to further advance the development process in Afghanistan.
Meanwhile, the United Nations calls on Pakistan and Iran to treat Afghan refugees well. In an exclusive interview with RTA News, the head of the organization's High Commissioner for Refugees in Afghanistan once again called on neighboring countries, Iran and Pakistan, to treat Afghan refugees well for 4 decades, and that this situation should continue. More details in this report.
One of the lasting tragedies of nearly 4 decades of war and instability in Afghanistan is the ongoing refugee crisis, with an estimated 7 million Afghans still living in neighboring Pakistan and Iran. The treatment of these refugees has long been a sensitive issue, often straining Kabul's relations with both countries. Under the nearly 4-year rule of the Islamic Emirate, the situation worsened with the start of mass deportations. Throughout this period, the United Nations has supported the Islamic Emirates' stance, urging Pakistan and Iran to treat Afghan refugees with dignity. Most recently, the UN's top representative for Afghan refugees reiterated this call in an exclusive interview with RTA News.
Our message to the countries and to the people in Pakistan and Iran is that for 40 years you have received Afghans with generosity. You have opened your houses, you have opened your schools, you have opened your hospitals to them, and you have treated them well. Now, treat them with dignity. Continue to extend the hand of brotherhood to the Afghans, and our main request to both countries is, for those who want to return, we welcome them home.
In a report last Thursday, The United Nations warned that Afghanistan is facing a humanitarian crisis due to the return of over 1 million Afghans from neighboring countries and urged immediate global action. UNHCR Arafat Jamal echoed the concern, calling on the international community to continue humanitarian support for the returnees.
Of course, there are challenges. The main challenge is that the authorities in Kabul are not recognized. They are de facto. This means that they are subject to a series of restrictions, and so are we, which often makes it difficult to work. However, our position as the United Nations is to engage in a continuing dialogue with the de facto authorities.
In response to a question about the conduct of the Islamic Emirate institutions toward returnees and their handling of the refugee crisis, Arafat Jamal said,
The most positive thing I would say, having worked in Afghanistan for a year, is that everybody in this country, from the de facto authorities to the person in the street, is very warm, generous, and welcoming to their citizens who are coming back home. I have not seen a single Afghan.
According to the latest UNHCR data, 3.5 million Afghan refugees have returned from Iran and Pakistan since 2023, with over 1 million returning this year alone, a trend that United Nations says is deeply concerning.
The feasibility study and design phase of the Lower Afghanistan dam in Kandahar has been officially launched. The Deputy Prime Minister for Economic Affairs said that the project reflects the Islamic Emirates' commitment to water management and national development. The Minister of Energy and Water noted that construction will begin after the study and design are completed. Meanwhile, the Minister of Information and Culture called on the project a positive step towards sustainable development and water resource management. The director of the Afghanistan Bank, Noor Ahmad Agha, is leading a high-level delegation to Morocco to attend the annual Islamic Financial Service Board IFSB conference. The event is set for early July in Rabat, will focus on Islamic finance, banking transparency, financial stability, and international cooperation. The delegation's participation marks a key step in advancing Islamic banking in Afghanistan and strengthening ties with global financial institutions. Under an agreement between the National Disaster Management Authority and Acted Organization, in the Faryab Provincial Disaster Management Department distributed 6,038,350 Afghanis in cash aid to 545 affected families in Khwaja Musa district with financial support from the organization. On the other hand, the National Disaster Management Authority announced that its Director General Mullah Nuruddin Turabi signed a cooperation agreement worth $690,000 with the head of Mission East International in Afghanistan. Under the deal, 380 families in Farkhar, Chal, and Ishkamish districts of Takhar province will receive cash aid for house construction and reconstruction. The Ministry of Interior Affairs reports that counter-narcotics police have rounded up 149 drug addicts from 7 provinces and referred them to treatment centers. These addicts were collected from Laghman, Faryab, Balkh, Ghazni, Saripol, and Parwan provinces. Over 312,000 metric tons of goods were transported via Afghanistan's railways last month, according to the Ministry of Public Works. A total of 312,397 tons moved through Heratan, Akina, and Turgunday routes, including 4,889 tons of exports. The ministry says efforts are underway to expand operations and provide better facilities and standard services to traders. And the final one says that a person who was arrested with 9,100 drug pills in Zaranj, the capital of Nimroz province. The arrested individual was trying to smuggle these drug pills. According to the Deputy Department of Counter-Narcotics of the Ministry of Interior Affairs, the arrested person was caught while smuggling and has been handed over to judicial authorities. That's all for tonight. Stay tuned to the latest news updates from RTA News. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.
ساتوی پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور ساتوی پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا